Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Bren Brewer, your favorite realtor. Today, we're wrapping up our Move Up Masterclass series. In part one, we tackled the logistics of buying and selling simultaneously. Part two, we broke down the neighborhood showdown between the Woodlands and Conroe. And today, we're talking about the art of the deal. We're talking about how to negotiate your way into thousands of dollars of savings using current market dynamics. If you've been tracking local real estate websites over the last few months, you already know the story. The areas north of Houston, that market has shifted into a beautiful, balanced environment. Active listings are up, homes are sitting on the market longer, and total inventory is sitting right around a healthy 5-month supply. What does that mean for you? Well, it means leverage. The intense pressure of a runaway seller's market has completely evaporated. Sellers can no longer cross their arms and demand that you waive inspections. Corporate builders who rushed to finish inventory are now highly motivated to move homes off their books before the quarter ends. Over my last 15 years in the local real estate market, I've navigated every single kind of market cycle. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to capture that leverage on both resale properties and brand new construction builds without overpromising or playing the guessing game. So let's start with resale. Properties that are owned by individual families in established neighborhoods across Montgomery County. When you're writing an offer on a resale home, your number one ally isn't just price, it's days on market. When a seller puts their home on the market, they usually expect it to sell in the first few weeks. When a home crosses day 45, day 60, or even day 90, anxiety starts to set in. Every month that passes means they're writing another mortgage check, maintaining a house they are ready to leave, and delaying their own moving plans. By the time we step through the front door, that seller is tired and highly open to a clean offer. Instead of just hammering them on a lower purchase price, my team uses a far more effective strategy: negotiating for seller concessions. Let's look at the math, because most buyers make the mistake of asking for a straight price reduction. Say you find a beautiful home in the Woodlands listed for $500,000. It's been sitting for 2 months. You decide to offer $485,000. That's a $15,000 price drop for the seller. It looks great on paper, but a $15,000 price reduction only lowers your monthly mortgage payment by about $90 a month. Plus, you still have to bring roughly $12,000 in cold hard cash to the closing table to cover your title policies, escrow setups, lender fees, etc. Now, let's flip the play. What if we offer closer to the purchase price, but we ask for $12,000 in seller concessions? That's going to be written directly into paragraph 12 of the contract, your 1 to 4 family residential contract. Now, that $12,000 credit completely wipes out your out-of-pocket closing costs. Instead of draining your bank account on bank fees, you get to keep that cash in your pocket to buy new furniture, fence the yard, or keep it as an emergency reserve. Keeping $12,000 in liquid cash today is infinitely more valuable to a moving family than saving $90 a month over the next 30 years. But what if your biggest concern isn't cash to close? What if your biggest obstacle is the current interest rate environment? This is where we deploy the exact same $10,000 to $15,000 credit toward an incredible negotiation tool for resale properties: the temporary interest rate buy down. Instead of using that seller concession to cover your standard closing costs, we direct those funds to be paid directly to buy down your interest rate. Let's look at how that's going to impact your monthly budget. Year one, your interest rate is dropped by a massive 2 full percentage points below current market rates. If the going rate is 6.5, your payment for the first 12 months is calculated at an incredible 4.5%. This saves you hundreds of dollars a month, right when you're dealing with moving expenses. Year two, the rate steps up by 1%, meaning you spend your second year paying a comfortable 5.5%. Year 3 through 30, the loan adjusts back to the baseline of 6.5%. The beauty of this play is that the seller pays the entire upfront costs to fund that rate reduction out of the concession that we negotiated. It gives your family a gentle financial runway into your new home. And if interest rates drop, over the next 24 months. You can simply refinance into a permanent low rate, having never paid that higher market rate for a single month. And best of all, the seller funded it for you. Now, let's shift gears to the big players, the corporate home builders. If you're looking at the spectacular growth pockets across Conroe, Willis, or Montgomery, you're going to encounter major national and regional builders. Negotiating with a builder is entirely different than negotiating with a regular homeowner. Regular homeowners negotiate with emotion. Builders negotiate with an Excel spreadsheet. The number one thing you need to know about builders is that they will almost never lower their base purchase price on a home. Why? Because if they lower the price on the home, they lower the comparable sales data for the entire neighborhood. If the appraisal data drops, it hurts the value of every other house they're currently building on that street. So instead of slashing prices, builders protect their values by offering flex cash incentives. Right now, builders are throwing serious cash at buyers to move inventory. We're seeing major builders across the area routinely offering $10,000 to $15,000 in flex dollars. When a builder hands you $15,000 in flex cash, their sales rep's going to immediately try to steer you to spend it all at their design center on prettier countertops or upgraded tile. Do not fall for this trap. Countertops do not lower your structural carrying costs. Instead, look at quick move-in homes that are already finished, sitting empty, and costing the builder money in daily holding costs. This is where you find the best leverage. We take that $15,000 in flex cash, use it to permanently buy down the mortgage rate through the builder's in-house lender, or we apply it to cover 100% of your closing costs. And finally, before you sign, we demand that they throw in the invisible structural costs. Ask them to include the fridge, custom window blinds, washers and dryers, among other things. Builders buy these appliances in massive bulk, and it costs them very little to throw them in, but it saves you thousands of dollars at retail appliance stores. Now, before you take a single step into a gorgeous model home in Conroe or the Woodlands, you've got to know the ultimate golden rule of new construction. That friendly sales rep sitting at the desk works directly for the builder, not for you. Their entire job is to maximize the builder's profit margin and get you to accept the minimum incentive possible. Having your own independent representation could cost you absolutely zero. You can get the builder to pay your agent's commission out of a completely separate marketing budget. But here's the catch. We've got to accompany you on your very first visit to the model, or we have to register you online before you input data into their system. If you walk in alone and sign their guest sheet, the builder legally locks realtors out of the transaction, leaving you to negotiate against a corporate legal team completely unprotected. Never walk into a model home unrepresented. Well, that's a wrap for our 3-part Move-Up Masterclass. We've covered the financial logistics, the neighborhood showdowns, and now the negotiation blueprints. The baseline takeaway is simple. The North Houston housing market belongs to the educated buyer. You've got more choices, more time, and more leverage than we've seen in years, but you have to know how to deploy a realistic conservative strategy to protect your bank account. If you're ready to stop sitting on the sidelines and you want to see how your current home equity can unlock these $10,000 to $15,000 seller concessions and builder incentives, the very first step is getting your real numbers. Click the link directly in the description below to use our free 2-minute home equity assessment tool. My team will pull the absolute latest sales data for your specific street, look at your numbers, and together we can jump on a quick call to build your custom move-up strategy. If you enjoyed this entire series, please smash that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment below letting me know which negotiation strategy you want to use on your next home. Again, I'm Bren Brewer, your favorite realtor. Thanks so much for watching the masterclass, and let's get your numbers figured out, and I'll see you out in the neighborhood.